All right, in previous videos, we made a phone holder. So in this episode, we're going to take that phone holder and we're gonna do some modifications and make it look cool. So um, what I'm thinking about is I'm going to add a cutout. I like bunnies, so I'm going to add a cutout of bunny to mine. So I'm going to go to the front holder and I'm going to modify this. So I'm going to add a new sketch. And I'm gonna look straight on. Um, my bunny doesn't necessarily need to be centered, so I'm gonna use the spline tool. I'm gonna make it kind of cool. Let's see. I'm thinking about bunny ears, so let's try it out. You know what? I'm gonna give myself a construction line. Draw that construction line there. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw an ear here and then part of the face, and then I'm going to mirror that so that it's exactly the same on the other side of this line. So I don't have to draw double of everything. I just need to draw it one time. So let's see if we can get it right. So let's see there. Spline. See how good I am. Didn't mean to. Didn't mean to stop the spline there. I'm pressing Control Z. Let's start again. So spline. There. There. I'm just kind of clicking around. Probably does not look like a great bunny. We should get the idea. There we go. Now I'll press escape because once you click the last point that you want, we're done. Okay, so I got half the face. I'm gonna press escape again. So I unselect my tool. I'm gonna left click and drag and highlight my entities. I don't have to do that, um, but I kind of am in the habit of doing that because what I'm going to do is I'm going to mirror. And I really wanted to select the stuff I wanted to mirror before I click the button. You don't have to. It will lead you through the process. So we're going to click the button mirror. And then it says, hey, select mirror line. All right, this is the line. It's going to be the mirror line. And it put the entities in there. Perfect. And it already selected the entities that I mirrored, so I'm good. So you can either click the icon here again or press escape. And that looks perfect. I could go in here and I could move some dots around, make it look a little different. Let's fix these points. And there we go. Yeah, that's not too bad. The ears are a little too big. I'm gonna resize them. My bunnies have big ears, but that's pretty excessive. Okay, yeah, perhaps that's okay. So what I'm thinking about is I want this to be a cutout in my phone holder. So I'm going to click extrude, but it's really not extrude, it's extrude cut. So I'm going to click remove. That looks good. I don't want it to be blind. I just want it to go through all. I like that. Click a green check. And you probably are saying, hey, but Matthew, there's this little blue thing here. It means that the sketch is not fully defined. You're totally correct. And I could go in and fully define the sketch. But since I've got it roughly defined, at least mirror line wise, and I'm sketching something in more of a hand draw look, I'm going to be okay with it being underdefined. Um, I don't really want things underdefined for parts that fit together, but this is more my artistic flair to my cutout here, so I'm going to be okay with having it underdefined. But as a rule of thumb, especially for things that you're fitting together, I'm not fitting anything into that bunny slot. I'm not using it in any other place. I'm going to leave it underdefined, just because there would be a lot of dimensions I would need to have on there to make it defined. Um, and I'm making a quick phone holder for myself, so nothing I need to have at a set point. All right, so I kind of like that. Yeah, I like the location of that. Um, I don't really like these squared off edges, so I'm going to go up here. I'm going to use this thing, looks like fillet. It looks like we're cooking, but it's actually a fillet in the CAD world. So I'm going to click on the edges to fillet, which just means that we're going to round them off. So there we are. There we are. So I'm going to click all the edges that I want to have the same amount of roundness. So those two, I want them to be the same. And I'm going to make them a little bit bigger. Let's see what half an inch looks like. Whoops, not 1.5. 0.5. Press tab. Yeah, I want it a little bit more. 0.75. I'm just visually kind of looking at this to see what it looks like. Yeah, that's not bad. I like that. We have some other options for how it handles those. You can have it smooth it out. You can make it variable. You can make them asymmetric, which means you can have two radii in here. I'm going to leave it like that. So I like that. I'm going to check my assembly to see what it looks like. That's not bad at all. Maybe I want this back part to also have some roundness. So let's do the holder leg. Again, I'm just adding some artistic flair, so you can absolutely manipulate this any way that you desire. Just keep in mind that we're laser cutting these, so you really have to have something to imagine cutting, right, from the top. It has to all be cut the same. So I can't put this at an angle here, this edge on the side, because I can't laser at an angle like that. I can only think about sawing it out. I can only saw it out this way. Maybe I want this radius to be a little bit more for the back. There we go. Let's see what that looks like. Like it. Might be a little wobbly though with that big of a radius. So I'm gonna edit this radius for the fillet. I'm just gonna make it half an inch. Looking at stability, right? It's probably a little wobbly. I like that. And maybe for this back holder, just because it might be cool to have, I'm going to put some text. So let's go up here to sketch. I'm going to sketch on this plane. I'm going to add text. We're going to add one of my bunny's names, Ghost. I'm going to choose a font. Let's see, what kind of font do I want? I think that'll be okay. Maybe stencil. Um, check your font because things like an O, when you laser this out, it will drop the O out. So we need, see on the stencil is kind of nice because it doesn't completely cut everything through. So the stencil's nice. I like that. I uppercased everything for her name. I'm gonna manipulate this a little bit to get it centered. You're probably like, wait, why can't I pick the corners? It's not how it works. So let's use our trick that we used before to center this. So I'm going to do construction line in here. Press escape. I'm going to drag the center of Ghost's text box here. Close. Then I'm going to move one of those dots so that it connects to that center line. And now I'm going to shrink her text. I kind of get it roughly how I want. So if we want this centered horizontally, let's add another center line. So construction line, centered, centered. So I'm letting it snap over here. See how the snap? Careful, you're getting the right snap. There it is. I'm going to center. Actually, where do I want it? Do I want it there like that? Maybe I want the whole text to be centered. So let's do this. I didn't pre-plan this at all, so you're getting exactly how I would think through this process. So I'm going to drag that point to that line. And now what do we have left? Well, we need to change or fix the size of this text box. So I like that where it is. So I'm just going to take my dimension tool, dimension one of the sides here. Should I make it an even 2 inches? Nah, I'll just leave it as is. And I'm going to have that cut the text through. So I'm going to click extrude, remove, and we're going to make that through all. Click the green check. And there's what I was talking about with the stencil that's nice. See how if we didn't have this little rib in there, what would happen? This O would just fall straight through. Trust me, I've done that a million times. So when we laser something out, this is actually what we want. In 3D printing, we have a lot more options, but for the laser, we're either cutting or we're engraving. We could engrave the name on there, but I actually like it to be cut through. Oh, I have it backwards. That's okay. Because when I actually assemble this, I can flip that plate around. But it is what it is. I didn't think that through too much, but pretty darn cool. We can add some other flavors of stuff. Maybe I want to add some stuff on the bottom here. So let's do that. I will add, let's say, I'm going to go back here to this sketch. I'm going to copy. I'm going to paste it. Control C, Control V. And move this little handle here down. Click there. Place it. Cool. I like that. And I'm going to select that little bunny because I'm going to put another little bunny in this right corner. So I'm going to click my mirror tool, use the same mirror line, and we'll have another bunny exactly at the same spot. Accept it, and they're cut through. Let's see if that looks terrible. Yeah, it looks pretty cute. You know what? I actually kind of like that. That looks good. Cool. All right. Well, that's enough modifying. Hopefully that gives you some directions on modding and playing around with your phone holder. Thanks for listening and have fun.